Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time again. We had a doubleheader this week, which we typically do not do, okay? But we have some new information here, some new bullets, some new spice that I think everybody will love, especially if you're working the senior market, final expense. Even if you're working the larger case part of the industry, you're always going to come across, right, someone that's maybe height and weight challenged, maybe they have some health issues, more impaired risk, and you need an outlet, okay, especially if you're working various lead programs, right? I mean, let's face it, even we have, what, three, four, five vendors that we offer co-op discounted pricing with, and you hear, oh yeah, it's a minimum order of 15, let's say, and 5 of the 10 leads were not healthy, they were older, whatever the case is. Well, it's a shame when I hear that an agent, kind of puts those to the side and they don't put any effort into making a sale and helping these families, because there's a lot of commissions to be made there. Number one. Number two, you're helping a family that maybe has a hard time getting a life insurance policy, a traditional policy. So we need to have products and carriers like this, like what we're talking about today, so everyone will walk away with nuggets. I want to keep this short today because I know we had a few hundred people on yesterday. So I do appreciate you taking the time. It's also Mother's Day weekend, so I want to get everybody out early. Make sure you take out a pen and paper, jot down notes. We have that Q&A question pane, okay, that is part of your software. You can expand it or minimize it. We want you to ask questions, fire away. We're going to answer every single question that comes in, okay? And then if we have a few minutes at the end, which we should, we're going to ask Aaron, our VP, a few questions too. So, but either way, we'll get to everybody by the time we wrap up. We're also going to send out a thank you email. As always, you'll have that by the day's end. So I promise you that. If you don't get it, let us know, or it could be sitting in your spam folder. So always check your junk folder just to be 100%. Okay, so as you know, and I'm just going to jump in for a second, we at Levinson, we go out and handpick these top carriers, products, sales concepts, lead programs, technology, all the above, right? And it's our job to deliver all of this great value add to our agents out there. Why? So you could be more successful. The more you write, the more we make, right? The more you write, the more you make, your income goes up, and we don't make a penny until you place an app. So obviously, it's in our best interest to hand select these top products, carriers, tools, etc., right? It's no rocket science here. It's actually a simple formula. So what we did, and if you notice, these are our top graded guaranteed issue and final expense carriers, okay? And each one, like I said, has their own niche. We don't have a Burger King and McDonald's on the same corner. And what you're going to notice at the chart in front of you, if you look at the top left corner, you're going to see Great Western boxed off in red, okay? And there's a reason why. So for that part of the industry, final expense, right, impaired risk, graded, guaranteed issue, there is no other carrier, and I'm not just saying this because Aaron's on with us today, okay, there's no other carrier that offers an e-app with 3 different product variations, with voice sign, with e-app, with e-sign, all the above, and especially offered by an A+ rated carrier, okay? Doesn't exist. So it's almost like the annuity space. You get that great high-paying product, right? And everybody's happy, the client, the agent, but all of a sudden they realize the carrier's rated B. Okay, well, that could be an issue, right? And it makes for a tougher sale. So here's an A+ rated with all the bells and whistles carrier, right? Where there's no gray area, no small print. So yes, when it comes to final expense, graded, guaranteed issue, this is kind of like a one-stop shop. They make it so simple, and you're about to see why today. These are our other carriers that are listed under Great Western, okay? And as you can see, each one has, like I said, their own little niche. We also have a few that are 100% direct-to-consumer, and then we have a few that come with a 1-year scholarship at no charge, okay? So we're going to include this chart in the thank you email. Next up, what we wanted to show you and this will take 2 seconds, is we have a Mother's Day incentive contest, okay, that we're going to roll out Sunday morning. And very simple, okay? And what we're going to do, obviously, Father's Day coming up. We have Mother's Day Sunday. Write 5 applications, okay? 5 applications in 4 weeks. 5 apps, 4 weeks. You win. Whoever does it first, you win. 10 orphan leads, 3 months free subscription of Ringy, Amazon Fire Tablet 7, Amazon Echo, all to one grand prize winner. Okay, we're going to announce your name on Facebook. First person to write 5 apps in 4 weeks starting Sunday morning. Okay, Great Western is included. So we're going to send out a memo on the incentive first thing Sunday morning, again for Mother's Day. So we like to play these games and make it a little fun, and for everyone, by the way. So everyone can participate as long as you're an active Levinson agent. Okay, let's dive right into our presentation today. I don't want to waste any more time. So real fast, I want to introduce Aaron Young, our National Sales VP at Great Western, and he's going to dive into some of the new bells and whistles. And again, take notes, ask questions as we go. Aaron, you there?
I am here. Thank you very much, Bill.
No problem.
Can everybody see my screen?
It looks like, there we go. Perfect. Now we can.
There we go. Yes. Good afternoon. First of all, I wanted to say thanks, Bill, for that great intro. And everyone, thank you for the time spending with me this afternoon. I am ready to make impact with you, and I am so excited about this new product. A little bit about me. A lot of people don't know me. I actually got in the insurance business in 1985, totally by default, not by design. Got in the industry, and here I am, 30 plus years later, in my second career in the insurance industry. My first career was started at the kitchen table, chasing leads, setting appointments, doing everything I needed to do to be successful, built a very large distribution channel. And just why I'm telling you that is I know what it takes to take a lead. I know what an orphan policyholder lead is. I understand taking a lead and either calling it or going to the door, getting across the threshold, getting to the kitchen table, and making a sale. So, and the reason I bring that up is that I'm about to show you a product portfolio that I think is going to be a disruptor to the way we write final expense life insurance in America. If you just take a little bit of information about who we are at Great Western, you're correct, Bill. We are A-rated as a company. We have developed a very unique product set with 3 plans on 1 application with instant decision making. Within 3 to 5 minutes, you will have a policy number for your client, okay? And then kind of wrap it in this package that we here at Great Western are known for is our agent-centered experience, our gold level agent support, meaning that we want to hear your voice, and then backing that up with really the best record in paying claims. Once we receive the death certificate and the claim form, the money is out the door within 5 business days to your client. So backing up what you sold initially, we have to come through and deliver that agent experience, not from just the sales point of view, but also the claims payment point of view, because at the end of the day, it's about the families that you're protecting. So gone are the days of you having to spreadsheet final expense life insurance, trying to match premium with health, no longer do you have to go out and spreadsheet for premiums and or underwriting with Great Western, because what we've done is we have built 3 products on one application. So those 3 products are a highly competitive first day coverage plan called Great Assurance. We know that for those healthy clients, you have to be competitive out there and provide, great coverage, but also it has to be in the right temperament around premium. Second product that we're bringing into the marketplace is a modified graded benefit plan for those people who have moderate health conditions. We are bringing the ability to still be competitive in price for those people that have those conditions under control, like COPD under control. We have the ability to not push them all the way to guaranteed issue, but potentially, if they're taking care of themselves, giving them a graded death benefit with some first day coverage benefits as well. We'll get into some specifics here in a minute, but then backing those 2 products up with a guaranteed issue plan, the product that we currently sell called Graded Assurance Plan. So one application, you now know you can sit down with your clients and know that you can look them right in the eye and say, I've got you covered. No matter what, the husband's health is or the wife's health is, you're going to be able to write them with one carrier and get an answer to what they qualified for within 3 to 5 minutes. That is what we call our Great Assurance Plan that we released last Wednesday. So this is ready to write on our portfolio, on our electronic application, and ready to go to help you. Now, let's kind of break these plans down. Just kind of look at the issue ages, the class, the face amount. So the 2 new products that we're bringing into the marketplace mirror each other, so I won't bore us with going over each one of them individually. Our issue ages on those 2 products are age 50 to age 85, okay? We do reward folks for non-tobacco use, or we call it a preferred rate. If they're not using tobacco, then they would have a very, very competitive rate. And then our minimum face amounts on each of those, it starts at $2,500 and goes all the way to the maximum of $40,000 from age 50 to age 80. And we are now writing from age 81 to age 85 a $25,000 face amount. So those are the issue ranges. Now, guaranteed assurance or guaranteed issue plan, we are different than the other carriers that are in this marketplace. We actually write from age 40 to age 80. So we actually have a wider span than anyone else in the marketplace. Because we ask no health issues, you can come to us and buy life insurance without answering the question. And we write that from $1,000 to $25,000. Now, prior to last Wednesday, this product, the guaranteed issue product, wrote to 40. We made a decision based off of actuarial calculations, just based on the risk and the reward for writing that business, and it just was not there for us. And to protect our ability to, be profitable in the guaranteed issue space, we just felt that it was necessary to reduce that back to $25,000. So for those of you that had come to us for 40 grand or up to 40,000, I just want to make sure that I explained that. So let's dive into these products. What have we done with them? The Great Assurance First Aid Coverage Program, okay, has included with it a rider that is a rider that I can get excited about. It's called an accelerated death benefit rider. It is part of the plan. It's included at no additional cost to your customer. And what this rider does for them is it gives them access to 90%, yes, 90% of their maximum face amount if they were to become terminally ill with a life expectancy of 12 months or less, or chronically ill where they needed help with activities of daily living, such as eating, bathing, dressing, even cognitive impairment where they require substantial supervision, would kick this rider into place. We do a one-time lump sum payment up to 90% of their face amount, right? So if they had a $20,000 policy with us, they could get up to $18,000 when they were diagnosed with either one of these two issues. Now, I like to look at that chronic illness because the majority of us here in America, we will sometime before we pass away have some type of issue where we are going to need home health care or long-term care, right? So imagine your client moving into this type of situation where they need to build wheelchair ramps. They need to buy a hospital bed. They may not have any assistance from the government because they own their own home. They own a business. They own a farm. These are all things that immediately would have to be sold to get cash out of, or investments. This is the ability that where they can go and tap their life insurance without passing away to take care of those situations. I mean, you may have sold them a long-term care policy, but all those long-term care policies have a elimination period on them. Thus, where would they come up with money for the first 2 or 3 months of a long-term care situation without having to try to figure out what to sell? And this just gives them peace of mind that they don't have to die to see their life insurance work for them. And so that rider not only has a lot of sizzle to it, okay, but it has a lot of stake to it as well. Now, in addition to the accelerated death benefit rider, we have an accident rider. It's an optional rider. It's so economically priced. It's amazing. It only bumps up, plans, some plans, $2, $3, $4, but it doubles the face amount if your client were to pass away due to an accident. So imagine you sold a $40,000 policy. We would send $80,000. That's a legacy payment to their family by beefing that up with that rider. Now, those two riders are only available on the first aid coverage plan, okay? Now, the graded death benefit has a modification to it of only covering death due to sickness, okay, or non-accidental death is what they call it. The first year would be a 30%, second year would be 70%, third year on 100%. But when you look at the pricing on this, you're going to find it highly competitive. So what we're doing is we're taking those people that have moderate health conditions under control and placing them in this product here versus pushing them all the way to the guaranteed issue, right? The guaranteed issue product is based on no health questions at all, right? In fact, in our new MyEnroller, which I'll show you here in a second, you can just, if you know someone's sick, you can take them right to the guaranteed issue product and put them in there. Now, how that product works is if they were to die within the first 2 years, okay, first 24 months, what we would do is we would refund all the premium back to the beneficiary plus 10% interest. So for those clients that tell you, hey, you know what, since I can't get real full-blown life insurance, I'm going to take my $50 and go put it in the bank, right? Well, here you have a better offer, and the fact is buy some life insurance. If you survive those first 2 years, you'll have full face amount. If you were to pass away, we're going to give you 10% on the money you thought you were going to send in the bank, right? No banks out there is paying 10% on a savings account out there. So it is a win-win situation. Now, I want to make sure you understand that both the graded and the guaranteed issue are modified only for non-accidental death. If an accident were to occur, they'd pay the full face amount. So they buy it today, they step out in the street tomorrow, and they die due to an accident, we're going to pay the full face amount on those products, okay? So they have more life insurance. They don't have to wait to get it. They have it for accidents right up front on that. Now, all three of our products have available to it a child, a dependent child, or grandchild protection rider, okay? And this is pretty simple, but it can be people can try to overcomplicate it because it sounds too good to be true. But for $1, okay, adding one extra dollar to the policy premium, you can cover, okay, as many dependent children or grandchildren on this rider as you want. So let's say you have a client that has 5 grandchildren. What we do for $1, if one of those were to die, we would pay a $2,500 benefit on the first death of the child or grandchildren that were listed on the policy for $1. So if you have a client, right, that has a grandchild between age 1 and age 18, you should have them add a dollar to the premium and have that coverage. Because think about the statistics out there. Most people do not have any life insurance on their adolescent children, okay? They just don't have it. They just don't carry it. And here's a way for a grandparent, right, to add that, or a parent to add them on there. It's also emotionally ties them to the policy, because if they were to make a decision to cancel their life insurance, they're also canceling the death benefit for one of their grandchildren if that were to happen, right? So it has some benefit to it. Typically, if you slow down and think about all the benefits that are available to you, bring this one up. It's a great benefit, first of all. So you do have to have a minimum of $5,000 face amount on their coverage to apply for the rider. Now, there's some rules in there, and let me just tell you, our MyEnroller, our electronic application, which we'll get into a second, will take care of all this for you, right? So if you were to apply for a $4,000 face amount and you try to add that child rider on it, would tell you that you needed to have $5,000 minimum, right? So we're going to watch over you and make sure that we kind of keep you within the scope of the product, right? So as I said before, just imagine coming to one place knowing that you've got your client covered, because this all sits on one application with live underwriting, and what we call instant decision underwriting. So simple health questions bumped up against pulling their prescription drugs in real time. We look at their prescription drugs in 2 ways. We look at what they're taking and how often they're taking it. How often are they refilling that drugs? Are they maintaining and managing the prescriptions for their health issues? That's how we underwrite this product, right? So we're not going to ask you height and weight questions. No, we're not going to ask you height and weight questions. We're not going to ask you to fill out prescription drugs, tell them to get their box out and their shoe box out and go through their prescription drugs. Our applications process will be very smooth for you, okay? Again, I'm teasing you, dragging you towards that direction. Here's where we don't currently do business, all right? Alaska, Hawaii, New York, or Washington State, okay? So let me tell you, we'll never do business in the state of New York. They have some really nice regulatory laws that say you have to manufacture your product in New York if you're going to sell it there. Alaska and Hawaii, we're currently working on getting our charter to do business in those 2 states. So those are forthcoming in the future. And then the state of California, we filed there and we have met all their objections. We're just waiting for them to respond as approved. So they like to take their time. And once that gets approved there, we will code it and get it out on there. We're currently continuing to write our old products in California. So nothing's being taken away. The only state that sits out there with question is the state of Washington, which in the past, we only wrote our first day coverage there. We're trying to couple this all together as one product. And so we're just negotiating and talking with the department there on how they really want people to adjudicate final expense life insurance around guaranteed issue or graded. And we haven't been able to come to a meeting of the minds there on how we're going to do that. So most every state except for 4 of them, right? So how do you get a quote? Aaron, how do I know about the pricing on this product? There's a couple different ways. We have put this out on every quoting tool that we know is out there. So we've made that available to the commercial groups, and it is there. Not only do but we also have our own quoting tool. It's called Quick Quote. It's an URL. You have to be connected to the internet to get it, but it has no username or password. You simply save it to your home screen on your cell phone or even your desktop, and you can just click on that and go right there and get a quote for all 3 products in any state. So we made it really easy for you to do just a really quick look at things as far as rate-wise. We have priced this product to compete with the Foresters, the Royal Neighbors, within a few dollars of Mutual, Omaha. In addition to being a competitive, we will give you a policy within 4 to 5 minutes after you submit it. So no more pending business, no more saying, hey, did I get approved or not? What's going on there? So, again, ease of doing business with Great Western. So we are 100% paperless here at Great Western, so we do not accept a paper application. We have our own enrollment tool, and first of all, I would say it's fast, it's easy, and it's instant decision making, right? Meaning the fact that every piece of business that you submit to us comes into perfect order. We turn it and then quickly issue the policy and pay commissions, right? So that is, the benefit of being paperless. The other thing that we have enhanced our new MyEnroller. So if you've been using MyEnroller before, you have to go back to your agent portal and click on the new link. If you go to your old link, it'll tell you that it's not available. It actually has a banner on it that says we've released a new product. You got to go to the link. What we did with this MyEnroller tool with the instant decision making, it has to be connected to either your cell phone data or a Wi-Fi data to use it, but it's available on desktops, laptops, tablets, and yes, you can even write Great Western right on your cell phone. So no matter where you are, you can use your cell phone to write an application. This process then instantly connects to and underwrites it and sends you back the answer of what product they qualify for. So again, ease of doing business with us. Again, this really isn't available with any other carrier having 3 products on one application with instant decision making. We are truly trying to disrupt the business there. So talk a little bit about the instant decision making, hitting the submit button. Our goal is to deliver you an answer within 3 to 5 minutes. Currently today, we're doing 95+%, somewhere in there, at somewhere between 2 to 4 minutes. So we're meeting our time there, and we're always looking at ways to do it faster. So what would happen is after you submitted it to us, if you applied for the first aid coverage and the client answered all the questions correctly, it matched their prescription drugs, we agreed that they are in good enough health, you would receive a message right on the MyEnroller list that says, thanks for your business. Your coverage has been, you applied for has been issued, and the policy number is right there for you to give the policyholder. Then you can say the policy package will be mailed within 1 to 3 business days. Now, what really happens is that if you issue it before 2 o'clock, it will probably be mailed the day that you wrote it, right? Again, Nothing better for your client to have a policy number, know they have the peace of mind that they have coverage, and in a couple of days, they get their policy in the mail to them, or you get it and you go deliver them their benefit package, right? If for some reason you submitted a piece of business and we discovered that they may have other health issues, you would get a note back that said, hey, thanks for your business. Based on your client's health history, we were able to offer you, let's say, the guaranteed assurance plan. And then right below that, you'll see that there's a case number. So we set it out there and say, hey, you must accept the offer before we issue a policy number. This way, it doesn't mess up your accounting, your tracking of your business, your take-in rates, all of those things by giving you an offer, okay? But we give you an offer, and then we give you the price and benefit comparison between the two plans, right? So you applied for a $4,000. You thought they were in great health. They came back. They weren't in such great health. $4,000 would cost you $45 versus $27. Okay, that gives you the ability right on the spot to sell the benefits again of having life insurance and that they did not qualify for it, but having something is better than nothing, and go back through the benefits of, the guaranteed issue, that they have full coverage for accidents. They can still keep the child rider for $1, right? And how does that work? Not submitting it off, right? And then waiting for the answer to come back a few days later. Then you got to try to call them because you want to go try to write another policy on a graded, right? All that breakage there, right? I mean, I had agents that worked for me that just kind of ran off and left those people. Here, we're not leaving anyone behind because you have the ability to issue the policy and get them coverage right there on the day. And you don't have to go back and try to track them down, set another appointment, resell another company, right? Think about the cases that you write where I always say, mama's in great health, but papa is not in good health. I don't know if you've ever heard this, and if you haven't, you will. Well, if I can't have it, she doesn't want it, right? Here we are where we're going to issue them both coverage, right? I can just give you scenario after scenario where, in my mind, this is on my mind, I helped design this product. Why would you write any other carrier? Because of the fact that you're competitive, both price and comp, and then underwriting, and then you're telling the client right there, you're not having to run around tracking them down again and trying to resell them. By the way, you can solve for premium, okay, with us. That's one of the opportunities you have in the beginning, or you can solve for face amount. So let's just say you sold a Medicare supplement or Medicare Advantage plan to someone back in open enrollment. You're now trying to cross-sell that block of business, right? And you know that you saved them, they were paying X amount of dollars, and you saved them money. You could go in and say, hey, for $50 a month, you could get $5,000 worth of life insurance. And the neat thing, ladies and gentlemen, ready for this? You could write this on the phone. We have a voice authorization signature. So telephonically, you could actually call your block of business, cross-sell them life insurance, and never leave the comfort of your home. And we'll mail the policy within a day or two. So everything you say is true. It comes true. Here's your policy number. You've got coverage. You've got peace of mind. So you can sign our application in person. So if you're across the kitchen table, you could actually email it to them. Or if you're not present with them, you could do a telephonic signature, right? So they don't have to go log in and get the email and sign it and send it back to you. Where there is some breakage, you could just go ahead and close the deal. And then couple that with the fact that we not only take bank authorization for drafting, but we also take any form of payment that has a Visa or MasterCard on it, meaning debit card or credit card. So if you are telephonically selling this, right, a lot of people don't feel secure giving their bank information. They like the protection of a credit card or a debit card, right? So we have that ability to close the sale, right, and get them coverage right there on the spot. Again, ease of doing business, 3 to 5 minutes. you've closed the deal and protected your client. I think that is just an awesome way to look at final expense, right? So some helpful hints, okay, is that the MyEnroller, we call it ME4, you first have to access it in the agent portal, okay? You have to access it in the agent portal the first time, and then you can bookmark it, okay? Now, one thing that we've learned in the last few days of releasing this product is if you have a client that has some health conditions, you wouldn't know if they would qualify for the graded death benefit or if they would qualify for the first day. Apply for the first day and let's see what kind of score you're getting, because we have people that have, maybe they're on the height and weight. We don't ask a height and weight question, right? You may think they would go graded or guaranteed because they're height and weight. We don't ask that question. What we're concerned is their overall health. If they've been to the doctor, they were prescribed, are they taking the medicines they were prescribed? We can make decisions from there. Let us make that decision. You're going to have an offer given to you, right, in 3 to 5 minutes at most, and a policy number. But if you just go right to the graded death benefit because you have some underwriting knowledge about their background, you could be excerpting them from the first day coverage that they could have qualified for. Okay, so that's just a hint, helpful hint. And to help us make sure that we have the ability to mail a policy, also cut down on our fraud, is that we verify the address of the client via the U.S. Postal Service. Now, U.S. Postal Service has been around since Ben Franklin. Little history there. For a few hundred years, they've kind of changed the way they did things over time. So back in the past, sometimes they would say, if you lived in an apartment, your address had an apartment, APT, right? Or a unit. With those, you need to put just the number. So we have a little space in there that says apartment, building, or unit number. You don't have to put the hashtag in it, right? So just put the number in the apartment number. Don't put it on the address line. And then what I was just saying here, sometimes when you put court, it really means C-O-R-T, and you don't know how the United States Postal Service does it. So if it gives you an invalid address, you might want to just spell it out, right? If all else fails, Google their address. Google, with all their knowledge, has bumped up against the United States Postal Service. You Google their address, it will confirm how USPS has it written there. Because if you have an issue there, it may not go forward, right? It will say, hey, that's an invalid address. Well, okay, I need to spell out drive to D-R-I-V-E and not leave it abbreviated. So just some helpful hints there on using our app there. Agent portal. We have a very robust agent portal, not only for if you're just an agent, but if you're a manager and you've built a downline, you need to be able to look at your business and see what commissions are paid, what is the quality of the business. If I'm a manager, I need an agent hierarchy where I can look at one report and see all my agents, right, on one report, see what's going on. Are they making money writing business? Is that business staying on the books so it has a 91-day lapse rate, a 13th month lapse rate? See what moved from first year commissions into renewals. And yes, by the way, we pay renewal commissions on all our products. My two main competitors in the guaranteed issue world do not pay renewal commissions on their guaranteed issue products. We pay 6 years of renewals. Again, why would you write anyone else when you're competitive on the first year's commission and you get 6 years more renewals? I'm not to get down that rabbit hole too far, but we also only have a 12-month chargeback on death on our guaranteed issue product, and Gerber and AIG all have 24-month chargebacks during that first 2 years. So we're just a little bit better partner there as well. So, and again, commission statements, all of our quality of business reports where you're trying to look to see if business is getting issued and staying on the books, we color coded it for you. So we know you're in a hurry. I am. I help manage the whole, I manage the whole distribution channel. So I built a report for me that if I looked at it, where it was red meant I needed to do something. If it's yellow, I needed to start watching the trend. If it was green, it was good, right? So I've now passed that on to our agent portal, and you could just take a glance at it and look for the red, right? Or the yellow and head things off. So again, ease of doing business with Great Western. Almost every person on our sales and distribution, from our CEO, I've known our CEO 25 years, and then he started as an agent, okay? I started as an agent, and so we understand what it's like to need reporting and get quick answers. All right, so sales and marketing materials, we have a beautiful portfolio of those. We service both English and Spanish, so you have the ability to work in the Spanish market as well with Great Western. By the way, you do not have to be a United States citizen to apply for life insurance at Great Western. We take the TINS number, people who have TINS number, green cards. So, you're not just limited there. Again, like I said, brochures, everything is in English and Spanish. We also do some things for you to try to make it easy for you to have Facebook banners. So we produce fresh content where you just drop and drag it into your Facebook and your LinkedIn accounts so that you have things out in front of people as they're trying to find answers and solutions to their needs. We also have pre-done newspaper ads, advertisements that you can use anywhere. Very, very robust marketing here at Great Western, looking at it from the agent, the producer perspective here. So again, don't be afraid to go. I mean, you get an offer with every carrier to jump into their portal. If there was one, I'd jump into Great Western's portal and look around, right? You might find some things you're very surprised. There's a lot more in there than what I've mentioned here today just because of time. Now, we provide commissions, yes, and we love to pay commissions. The other thing we love to do is we love to pay commissions quickly. Again, think about writing a policy. In 3 to 5 minutes it's issued, the policy number is given to you. You draft it the day that you write it, right? And we pay daily commissions. We pay weekly, depending on how you have yourself set up. See, your upline is what I'd say, talk to Bill and the team, okay? But we pay both earned and advanced commissions. And again, this new product is phenomenal comp-wise. So if you have questions, we obviously can help you, guide you, the agent portal. We can do that for you, okay? Also, we have a client resource. So let's say your client calls you on Friday, at 5 o'clock and says, I need a beneficiary change form, or I need to make a payment. I didn't get a payment. They can log in, create a login and log in and go look at their status of their policy, get forms that they need, etc. as well. And by the way, you too, if you have a client that passes away, you have the ability to send a claim form right from your agent portal to them, right? And help them out, help them through that stress and strain of their loss, right? So this is something that I enjoy because every time I interface with people with our distribution or, in the market, I do a lot of traveling and meeting people. And Bill, I still want to come down and hang out and meet people face to face with your group. I appreciate today's call, but one thing I get to hear all the time is we have gold level service. We want to hear your voice here at Great Western. If you have a problem, call us 7:30 to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Make sure you hit option 2. if you end up using our agent support email, don't be surprised if we don't understand what you want, that you get a phone call back. Our directive or our standard operating procedure is to call you and say, hey, let us see what we can do to help you. Not do that ping pong thing where you get up in the morning, send an email, right? And then it pings in and then they knock it back to you and give you something you don't want, and back and forth. It's just horrible. All of our customers care, all of our agent sales support is based in America, okay? Right in either Des Moines, Iowa, or in Omaha, Nebraska, right? So we're here to help you get things done quickly, right? Protect people, enjoy life, make money. That's what we understand. Now, I've given you a tremendous amount of information, but if you need more detail or want to revisit things, our agent field manual is totally up to date. It's a live document, meaning that you could read it on your laptop, your cell phone, your tablet, and you say, oh, there's that. I need to get to that portion of the agent portal, and just hit that link. Okay, it'll require you to sign in. You have to have credentials, but then it'll take you right to that section of the agent portal and get your needs met there. So this is something that works for you. Obviously, 24 hours a day. We know business actually happens that way. It doesn't always happen from 8 to 5. So we're there with our agent manual. Now, I'll end with this. I'm going to throw up our numbers here. So that you can write these things down if you don't already have them. Save them in your phone, and put me to the test. Put me to the test, and check out our gold level service there in our agent care. Now, one other thing is that we do provide you also an 800 number to our underwriting department, right? So things are going to happen where you're talking with a client and they don't know what they're doing. They don't know about their health. They don't know where they are. You can talk to an underwriter. If you get something that was modified versus you thought should have been first day coverage, you can call our underwriting department from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Again, we look ourselves as this is a team effort, not just a carrier effort, right? So we're not in business if you're not writing clients, and you're not in business if we don't have billions of dollars ready to pay in commissions and pay in benefits to the clients. We totally understand our role. So at this point in time, Bill, I will turn it back to you. See if there's any questions. Love to answer.
That was great, Aaron. Good stuff. And I just want to let everyone know, too, the first step is we got to get you appointed. So we're going to include the appointment packet in the thank you email to make sure we get you set up. And then, obviously, you're off to the races. And what I heard during Aaron's presentation, the question I'm saying to myself is, who won't they take? I mean, it's unbelievable. I've never heard or seen anything like this, Aaron, in my 23 years. So impressive stuff, and I love the technology. So, yep, we appreciate it.
All right, Andrew. Undeniable.
Yeah, no. Very, very strong. I almost walked out of here and started selling some policies here, which we don't even do here at Levinson. So it's impressive. It's a good story.
Thank you.
Okay, Andrew, do we have any questions that if we have time for one or two, maybe?
Yes, we have one good question here. So Mary asks, what is the maximum accelerated benefit amount that you can get on the policy? So is there a
90%.
percentage maximum of the face amount?
Yes.
Okay.
90%.
And that's for the chronic illness,
90%.
or that's
with chronic illness or terminal illness.
Okay. Good stuff.
Gotcha.
Anything else, Andrew?
It looks like all the questions were answered by Aaron.
Okay, great. Okay, good stuff. So we have a few more slides here, and then I want to mention another training and a way to generate these leads for, let's say, if it's impaired risk or traditional. This is a no-brainer, and we did the podcast 2 days ago. We're launching it tonight, so you're going to see it, but it will help everyone, especially with products like this. So I want to just mention it quickly. Before I do that, get started, right? If you already have a Great Western contract, you want to transfer over to us, we match, or most of the time beat, your commissions, especially with this new deal they're launching, plus free leads or cash for contracting with your first application paid. Okay, so that's huge. So make sure you're with Levinson, you're leveraging our platform, our tools, our tech, and lead programs, all the above. And again, final expense experience, everything at your fingertips for marketing, mailers, lead programs, all the above. We even have a consumer quoting engine, okay, that you can go direct to consumer with. I mean, everything you can dream of in the final expense space is on the right-hand side on that microsite. Let's go to the next slide here. We're just about done, by the way, and I know we ran a little over, as we typically do. It's a lot of information. Okay, this is a game changer, folks. So I don't care if you're working the $20 million IUL space or final expense or all guaranteed issue. It doesn't make a difference, right? You need a one-stop shop for your CRM tool, for all your prospects, for all of your leads that are coming in, for your orphans, for your family, network, all the above, right? This ringy new, I call it a CRM on steroids, this new platform that we just rolled out is a game changer. I mean, it is, if you haven't heard me talk about it yet, you have to check this out. I did a 1-hour podcast with the CEO, Bradley, 2 days ago. We're going to launch it tonight, but I'm telling you, it's worth your time. Plus, Levinson agents get 30% off, so it's $69 a month. And this isn't to sound like an infomercial, but I'm telling you, I have never seen anything like this for an agent or agency. We even tried it out ourselves here at Levinson with agents, and our return rate was like 20 to 30%. Okay, so we had, just imagine, all these leads from Facebook, agent leads that were sitting on a shelf collecting dust. Maybe they forgot about the call, they forgot about our value add, whatever the case is, right? We sent out a few texts, emails, we made some calls, and we turned around 20 to 30% of those stale leads, agent leads, into new active writing agents by clicking a button. Okay, it's unbelievable. So imagine what it could do for prospects and leads. Okay, it's insane. So you got to check that one out. You'll see it again tonight, and you'll have it for Mother's Day weekend. So check that out. And then last thing here, we have our upcoming trainings, and then we'll end with our Positive Tuesday quote. So Agency Automator, a great website, turnkey website, a great prospecting database, right? We have millions and millions of prospects in this database. We have over 500,000 agents in the database that if you want to build your own GA by using all of our tools and platforms, you can do that too. So if you want to jump on any of those trainings, Monday to Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern, Kevin, our programmer, hosts them live. And it's an open forum, which gives you a chance to ask questions. Okay, right below that, highlighted in blue, we have the Mary Reed Part 2 Distribution Solution Strategy webinar. Now, if you're working with business owners, okay, or you want to enter that space, or maybe you have a neighbor, right, that owns a very high-end business, okay, and they have some key employees. They want to talk about tax-saving strategies, right? They want to talk about golden handcuffs opportunities, whatever the case is. And maybe it's a little over your head. She will jump in with you and the client and do all of the selling for you. Okay, as little or as much as you want her to jump in, she will, and you still get most of the commission. So you got to check that out. That's part 2. And then she has a great prospecting book as well. And then just under that is Your Family Bank Concept. We have the creator of the program that's on Thursday the 19th. So definitely check. That's another great sales strategy that some of you are crushing it with right now. So that's going to be a big one. If you're not familiar with the concept, definitely be on that call. And then our last slide here, and again, I know I ran long and I'm sorry. We tried to keep this 30, 40 minutes and we went way over. My apologies. We'll end with this. First off, I want to say happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, right? We all wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for you all. So my heart goes out to you and, of course, my mom. So just a great, great weekend, and I wish you a happy and healthy. Our quote here, don't try to be the best, be the only, right? And when I talk about that, yeah, of course, we all want to be the best, but being the only is, in other words, find your path, right? Find your niche, cut your teeth. And let's say if it's life insurance, right? Just because, all the MDRT producers are using this company and this product and this is how they market, well, that doesn't mean there's not an open road to the right or left side, okay, that you can create a new carrier product, sales strategy, lead program, lead generator, whatever the case is. The point is get creative, get scrappy, find your niche. We're here to help you, right? We have all of these tools and opportunities for you, but you have to put in the work, okay, and find your lane is what I like to say. Let's have a great holiday weekend. Keep your eyes peeled for the Mother's Day incentive, over $1,000 in rewards for that. And then the podcast is free, and I hope you listen. I hope you share comments on our Facebook page, and we'll send out the new IUL prospecting book on us, complimentary. But you got to leave a comment on the Facebook page. Let's have a great weekend. Aaron, thank you again. Great work, and look for our thank you email in today's inbox. Take care, everyone, and good selling.